everybody, well, I'm Zodiac, welcome. So basically, in this wonderful, game that I'm gonna be playing, it's called Defeat the Odds Poker Game, and it's gonna be very how it is in that way, in that Pacific, realm of how it is in that way, and you have to understand that the way how this is, you have to know exactly what you're gonna be doing, and this is how it seems to be. So let's see if I'm gonna have the Midas touch. Let's see if everything's gonna be smoothly and everything else. And this is the way it seems to be. So, this is gonna be how the outcome is, and you have to know about having your own sensibility from knowing what you're going to be doing, and this is how it is. So, this is the way it seems to be. And when things be into a perfect way about knowing what to do, you have to understand about how it's going to be, and you think, okay, where things seem to be, I know what to do, but then you need to understand about how you can understand the way of how everything is, and you have to do exactly what you're going to be doing when you have your own responsibilities about knowing what to do, knowing about what's going to be happening, and when you have your own abilities about having your own math, you pay attention about how you're doing in one or another, and you're thinking, alright, this is going to be fine, I know what to do, but then you have to realize about what's going to be happening in that way, and thinking, alright, well, it seems to be knowing what to do, right? So you have to understand that the way of how you can be acceptance about knowing what to understand and how you're going to be feeling is the way of how it kind of be occurs, right? So you have to understand that when this is going to be a very interesting way about knowing what to do, you have to face your own abilities, and you have to know exactly what you're going to be doing when you have your own responsibilities. So you have to pay attention to about how this is going to be, and whenever you enjoy about this, you have to impose what you're looking for in that specific way, and you're thinking, okay, well, everything seems to be fine, I know what to do, but then you have to know exactly what you're going to be doing in that way, right? So you have to know how it's going to be, and that's how it is, right? So you have to understand that this is just the way it seems to be, and knowing that this is going to be how it is, and you have to believe it in order to succeed. So you know what, in this case that I'm going to understand that this is a poker game after all, and basically it is defeat the odds poker game, and that's how it is. So that's the way it seems to be, and this is how it's going to be. So I hope you all like this video. Please give a like, please leave a comment if you want, but this is going to be very interesting indeed, and this is how it is. So remember that the pro guys will be on your left side, Zodiac is on your right side. Do not get confused about it. Plus I have the Tim's card to split the cards up, that's the way of how it is. Plus I have the dealer button that does that as well, so that's how it seems to be. And knowing about this is going to be very interesting, and knowing about how it's going to be in that way. So it's like, okay, everything seems to be fine, but then it's like, okay, well, it's going to be very interesting indeed, right? So this is the way it seems to be, and we're going to figure out what's going on, but this is the way it seems to be, and I hope you all like this video and enjoy. Alright, so here we go. So let's see, the pro guys have the Queen of Hearts, so Youngs has the King of Hearts, so I'll go first. Not bad. So Youngs has 5 cards, pro guys will get 5 cards as well. So there we go. I have the Ace of Clubs, Jack, 8, King, 4 of Diamonds. That's not bad for me. And let's see what the pro guys have. Pro guys have the Ace, 9 of Hearts, 7 of Diamonds, and 8, 5 of Spades. So that's not bad. So this is where it is, but that's how it seems to be. So here we go. And the flop. Flop is 6 of diamonds, jack of clubs, and 3 diamonds. Turn. Queen of clubs. And king of clubs. And now I have basically a pair of kings. I have kings and jacks. I have 2 pair. Now it's 1 point for Zodiac, 0 points for the pro gods. And here we go. And the flop is queen, jack of clubs, and 6 diamonds. Turn. 10 spades. And 9 clubs. I have the ace high straight. Now it's 2 points for Zodiac, 0 points for the pro gods. And here is the flop. Flop is 3, 10 spades, 6 diamonds. Turn. 4 clubs. And 10 of clubs. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 high straight for the pro gods. So now it's 1 point for the pro gods, 2 points for Zodiac. Good start so far. So yes, we get 5 cards, and pro gods we get 6 cards. That's what I meant. Pro gods have the 6, 3, jack of hearts, king, 9 of spades, and 8 clubs. That's not bad. Now I have, let's see, I have the 5, 3, 7 of clubs, queen diamonds, and 7 hearts. So that's not bad. So let's see. And the flop. Flop is queen, jack of spades, and 10 of diamonds. Pro gods have a straight flush draw. Turn. 2 of hearts. And queen of hearts. I have 3 kind with a pair of queens, but pro gods have the 9, 10, jack, king, queen, king straight. And now that must be at least 2 points for the pro gods, 2 points for Zodiac. And here we go. The flop is 2 of hearts, jack, queen, spades. Turn. King of hearts. And 2 of clubs. Pro gods have kings and jacks, they have 2 pair. I have queens and I have 2s and 7s. But I guess pro gods are up to 3 points. Zodiac has 2 points. And here we go. Flop is 2 of spades, king of hearts, queen of spades. Turn. 3 diamonds. And 10 of spades. Pro gods have the king of flush, even the king of straight as well. So now that must be at least 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 points for the pro gods, and 2 points for Zodiac. Wow. Let's see. Progress will get 5 cards, Zodiac will get 6 cards. Let's see. I have the 9, 10 of spades, 10, 3, 5 of clubs, and ace of diamonds. So that's not bad for me. And let's see what the pro gods have. Pro gods have the king of spades, queen, 9 of diamonds, and 10, 4 of hearts. So, you know, this is the way it seems to be, I guess. That's how it is. So there we go. And the flop is ace of clubs, jack 2 of hearts. Turn, 4 of spades, and 2 of diamonds. I have 2, 3, 4, 5 ace. I have an ace high straight. Now it's 3 points for Zodiac, 4 points for the pro guys. And the flop is 4 of spades, jack of hearts, ace of clubs. Turn, 3 of spades, and 2 of spades. I have a 10 eye flush, and I also have an ace high straight as well. So now that would be 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 points for Zodiac, 4 points for the pro guys. And here is the flop. Flop is jack of clubs, 3 spades, ace of clubs. The turn, king of clubs, and 8 of diamonds. I already have a 10 eye flush. Progress have an ace high straight where the flush defeats it. So now it's 5 points for Zodiac, 4 points for the pro gods. Wow. Not bad. Pro guys will get 6 cards, Zodiac will get 5 cards. So let's see. Pro guys have the queen, 8, jack of spades, 7 clubs, 3 diamonds, and 9 hearts. And let's see what Zodiac has. I have queen clubs, 8, queen, king, 7 of hearts. So, you know, that's how it is. That's how it seems to be. So there we go. And the flop is 10 of diamonds, 5, 6 of hearts. Turn, ace of hearts, and 8 of clubs. I have a king of flush, defeats the 10 eye straight, everything else for the pro guys. Now it's 5 plus 1 is 6, 6 points for Zodiac, 4 points for the pro guys. So there goes the first board. And the flop is 2 of hearts, jack 2 of diamonds. The turn, 3 of spades, and king of clubs. I have a pair of queens, pair of twos. Progress have jacks and threes. They missed. So 6 plus 1 is 7. 7 points for Zodiac, and 4 points for the Pro Gods. Wow. Just wow. And let's see. And the flop is 5, 9, 6, all clubs. So basically, I have the not high straight. Even the Pro Guys have the not high straight as well. There's not yet. Turn goes to jack of clubs. And 10 of clubs. Out of the 9, 10, jack, king, queen, king high straight. Pogo's kind of missed. So now that must be at least 7 plus 1 is 8. 8 points for Zodiac, 4 points for the Pro Gods. So it's very interesting indeed. So you're trying to do your own math skills and you're thinking that, okay, everything seems to be fine, but then it's like, how would it be, knowing about from how you can be who you are and thinking, okay, well, it seems to be very interesting. I need to improve about how it's going to be, right? So it's like how everything's going to be very interesting, and you have to know about it because of how it's going to be. So it's like, okay, everything seems to be fine, but then it's like, okay, well, this is how it's going to be, right? So let's see. So yeah, so it gets in the cards, so it gets his cards. So let's see. I have the ace, 6, king of diamonds, 9, 5 of spades, and 7, ace of hearts. So that's very interesting indeed. Very. Let's see. Let's see what the Pro Gods have. They have the king, 6, 7, jack of clubs, 5 of diamonds, and 4 hearts. So basically that's very interesting indeed. So here we go. And the flop is 3 of diamonds, ace, 10 of clubs, royal flush draw for the Pro Gods. Wow. Turn. Queen of spades. And jack of spades. Both players have an ace high straight together. And now it's 5 points for the Pro Gods, 8 points for Zodiac. There goes the first one. And the flop is 8 of hearts, queen of clubs, and 9 of hearts. Turn. 2 of spades. And 6 of hearts. I I have an ace high flush and also 9 high straight as well, with the flush as well. So that must be at least 8 plus 1 is 9. 9 points for Zodiacs, 5 points for the Pro Gods. And here we go. And the flop is Jack of Spades, 8 of Hearts, Queen of Hearts. The turn, 6 of Hearts. And 10 of Clubs. I have an ace high straight, I have an also ace high flush, and now that must be at least 9 plus 1 is 10. 10 points for Zodiacs, 5 points for the Pro Gods. So it's wow. Focus, we get 7 cards, so else we get 6 cards. Let's see. And Focus have the Queen, 2 of Diamonds, 3, 5 of Clubs, 8, 4, Queen of Spades. So basically they have a pair of Queens, they have Clubs, they have Diamonds. So they have whatever they need. And let's see what I have. I have the 2, 10 of Spades, 2, 9, 10 of Hearts, and Jack of Diamonds. So I have a pair of 2s, pair of 10s. So it's not bad though. So it's going to be very interesting indeed. So there we go. And the flop is 4, 8 of Diamonds, and Ace of Spades. Turn, King of Spades, and 3 Diamonds. And I believe that the Pro Gods have a Queen High Flush. They also have an Ace High Straight as well. So that must be at least 6 points for the Pro Gods, 10 points for Zodiacs. Here comes the second board. And the flop is Ace of Clubs, 10, 9 Diamonds. Top set for Zodiacs. Against Pro Gods is flush draw, straight draw. Turn, 4 of Clubs. Now they have basically Diamonds and Clubs out there. They have 18 outs. That's a lot of outs I need to dodge, at least. And I need at least a spade or a heart to save me. And let's see. It is a heart. It is an 8 of Hearts. I have 8, 9, 10. So, you know, basically I have a pair of 10s top set. Pro Gods kind of missed with their straight draw. So that must be at least 11 points for Zodiacs, 6 points for the Pro Gods. Wow. flop is king of clubs, 4 hearts, jack of spades. Turn. 5 of hearts. And 7 of hearts. I have the 10-eye flush. Pokers have an 8 high straight, but a flush defeats it. And they kind of miss with their straight as well. So, they don't have an 8 high straight because they don't have a 6. Pardon me. But that's how it's going to be, I guess. It's going to be 11 plus 1 is 12. 12 points for Zodiacs. And 6 points for the Pro Gods. Alright, so this is going to be very interesting indeed. Basically, this is going to be a very, use your own skills about understanding about how you can understand of how it's going to be. And, it's going to be very, how motivated this is, and when things to be very very interesting as this is the way it kind of is, and that's how this is just how it's going to be. And it's like, okay, right now Zodiacs is in the lead. Pogots are not that far behind in the game, but the way how it is, the way how you can pressure point your own way, you're using your own way about saying, alright, this is the way it seems to be, right? So you have to understand about the way how it is, and you have to know exactly what it takes, and that's how it is, right? So it's like that's the way it seems to be. So trying to figure out what's going on, but it's basically on how it is. Pokers will get discards, so he also gets discards. So let's see. I have the 7-6 queen of hearts, 2 of diamonds, 6 of clubs, and 3 of spades. So basically I have hearts, and basically I have, the way how this is. And let's see what the Pogots have. Pogots have the jack, 3 of clubs, 10 king of spades, 7 of diamonds, and 9 hearts. So basically the way how this is, the way it's going to be very interesting indeed. This is the way of how it's going to look like. And it's like, okay, everything seems to be very good. But then this is how it is. So here we go. And the flop. Flop is queen of diamonds, king of hearts, and jack of diamonds. Pogots have the king of straight now, but they have 2 pair as well. The turn. Turn cards and 8 of spades. And jack of hearts. Pogots have basically king jack full house, defeats my pair of 6s, pair of jacks. Like I missed everything. So now that would be 6 plus 1 is 7, 7 points for the Pogots, and 12 points for Zodiacs. And let's see. And the flop is queen of spades, queen jack of diamonds. So 2 queens, 3 of a kind. But the Pogots have a straight draw. Turn. 2 hearts. A full house now. So that's good right now. And let's see. Ace of diamonds. Too late for the Pogots because they have a straight, but a full house defeats it. And that must be at least 12 plus 1 is 13. 13 points for Zodiacs, 7 points for the Pogots. And here we go. The flop is 5-2 of hearts, 20 diamonds. turn, 9 clubs, and 5 of spades. I basically, have queens into 6s and 5s. Both guys gonna miss with their pair of 9s. And that must be at least 13 points when it's 14 points for Zodiac and 7 points for the pro guys. So let's see what's going on. Pro guys will get 6 cards, Zodiac will get 6 cards. Let's see. And pro guys have the king and queen, 4 of clubs, 10, 4, 3 of hearts. So basically they have a pair of 4s, they have clubs and hearts. So that's not bad. And let's see what I have. I have the 9, ace, jack of spades, 8, 2 of clubs, and 6 of diamonds. So basically that's very interesting indeed. So let's see what happens. And the flop is 8 diamonds, 7 of clubs, and king of diamonds. Turn, 10 of clubs, and 9 of diamonds. I think I have a straight because I think I have the 7, 8, 9, 10 jack high straight. So if I use the jack 8, I have the straight. Pro guys kind of miss with their straight draw, so that'll be 15 points for Zodiac, 7 points for the pro guys. And here we go. The flop is 7, 4, 2, all spades. I have an ace high flush right now. Pro guys have top set pair of 4s. The turn cards an 8 of spades. And 5 of hearts. I have a flush. Pro guys have top set, but a flush defeats it. 16 points for Zodiac, 7 points for the pro guys. And let's see. The flop is 2 of spades, king of diamonds. Turn, 5 of hearts. And queen of diamonds. Pro guys have kings and queens, they have 2 pair. I kind of missed with my straight draw. So now that must be at least 7 plus 1 is 8. 8 points for the pro guys, 16 points for Zodiac. And let's see. And the flop is 10, 3 of spades, jack of diamonds. The turn, 2 hearts, and queen of diamonds. I believe the pro guys have queens and tens, they have 2 pair, But then I have the 8, 9, 10, Jack, Queen, Queen I straight. If I use the 8, 9, so I have the straight as well. And the straight will defeat, so that'll be 16 points plus 1 is 17. 17 points for Zodiacs and 8 points for the Poet Gods. Wow. So we're going to do the big finale coming up, and this is going to be the big finale. And you know, this is the way it seems to be. I know that the Poet Gods have more cards than me, and you know, it's going to be very wise to understand about, you know, the way of how this is. And you know, when you have challenges like this, it's like you have to understand that, right? So a challenge is like a test, and a test is like a challenge, right? So you have to understand that, and you have to believe that if you have the magic touch, and you have to understand that that's the way it seems to be, right? So it's like, okay, everything seems to be interesting, but then you have to understand about the way how this is, right? So it's like, okay, so it's like this is how it's going to be, and you have to understand of how it's going to be. So it's like, okay, so I know that the Pokedex will have a lot of cards, but this is the way it seems to be. So yeah, so Zodiacs will get 5 cards, Pokedex will get 10 cards. So that's a lot of cards that the Pokedex will have. So let's see what the Pokedex will have first. So they have the 9, 10 of spades, King of hearts, 3 of clubs, and 9 diamonds. Plus, they have the 6 of hearts, King of clubs, 4 of diamonds, 2 of clubs, and 6 of diamonds. So, you know, they have pair of 9s, they have pair of kings, you know, that's the way how they have. So they have clubs, diamonds, hearts, and spades. Like that's a lot of, you know, 4 suits of what they have. I'm going to see what I have. I have the 7 of spades, 2 of hearts, 9, 6 of clubs, and 7 of diamonds. So, you know, this is the way it seems to be. I know that they got my clubs dominated, but that's how it is. I got their 9s. They have 2 of my 9s. I got 1 of their 9s. I have 2 of the 7s. So, you know, this is the way it seems to be, but you never know, right? So, this is how it is. And the flop is ace of hearts, 8 diamonds, jack of clubs, turn, jack of hearts, and 10 of hearts. Pokedex have the king eye flush, that defeats my straight, and now that must be at least, I think they're up to 8 now. So 8 plus 1 is 9. 9 points for the Poet Gods and 17 points for Zodiacs. And here we go. And the flop is 2 of spades, 7 of hearts, king of spades, top set over top set. Turns the 4 of spades. And 5 of diamonds. I believe that top set over top set cannot defeat a 10 eye flush or a 7 eye straight either. So that must be at least 9 plus 1 is 10. 10 points for the Poet God, 17 points for Zodiacs. is 8 king of diamonds and 8 of clubs. Full house for the Pro Gods. The turns a jack of diamonds. And jack of clubs. Pro Gods have a full house. It's between kings and jacks full house, kings and eights full house, defeats on pair of sevens and eights, pair of sevens and jacks as well. So now it's 11 points for the Pro Gods, 17 points for Zodiac. And let's see. And the flop is 2 queen jack all diamonds. Wow. The turn, jack of clubs, and 5 of clubs, a pair of sevens, pair of jacks. Pro Gods have the not high flush. They have everything on this board that they got. So that must be at least 11 plus 1 is 12. 12 points for the Pro Gods and 17 points for Zodiac. Wow. I did say that's gonna be that's one of the end of the big finale, but I'll do one more. So you have to use your own ways about knowing what to do, and you have to believe that everything seems to be fine, and you think, okay, well, the way it seems to be, I know what to do, I got this. But then it's like, how would you do it, right? How would you understand about the way of how it seems to be, right? So when you use your own way about your basic how you can do it, and whether you're using your mana skills about knowing about how to play the game, you have to know about using your own gut feelings, right? And when you do that, that's the way it seems to be, right? So it's like how it's going to be very interesting, and when it is, you have to know exactly how it is. So let's see. So Zodiac will get 7 cards, Pro Gods will get 6 cards. So this is going to be the big finale. And now I have the Ace 7 of diamonds, 6 8 of clubs, 3 7 4 of hearts. So basically I have a pair of sevens once again, but then I have hearts, clubs, and diamonds. So, you know, that's the way it seems to be, I guess. And let's see what the Pro Gods have. And the Pro Gods have a Queen Jack of hearts, 9 of clubs, 9 jack, 7 of spades. So, you know, this is going to be very interesting indeed. They have all my sevens, but they have jacks and nines. So this is going to be very interesting indeed. So here we go. And the flop is 10 of diamonds, 5 king of spades. Turn, 4 of clubs, and 2 of hearts, 2, 3, 4, 5 ace, ace high straight. Now it's 18 points for Zodiac and 12 points for the Pro Gods. And here we go. And the flop is 8 of spades, 9 of diamonds, 3 of clubs. Turn, 6 diamonds, and 6 of hearts. I have 8, 6 full house, but Pogas have 9, 6 full house. Wow. Wow. So that must be at least 13 points for the Poet Gods and 18 points for Zodiac. And let's see, the flop is 3 of clubs, King of spades, 10 of diamonds. Turn, 6 hearts, and 2 of diamonds. I basically only have pair of 6s, pair of 3s, I have 2 pair. Pogas kind of miss with their straight draw, I can tell. So that must be at least 18 plus 1 is 19. 19 points for Zodiac and 13 points for the Poet Gods. And let's see for the big finale. This is going to be it. And here we go. The flop is Queen of spades, 8 diamonds, and 2 of hearts. The turn, 5 diamonds, and let's see, 4 diamonds. And I believe that I had the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 high straight. And 8 high straight defeats the Poet Gods says straight draw because I don't see anything for the Poet Gods. They only have a pair of queens, they have whatever, but they kind of missed. I have an ace high flush as well, and an ace high straight as well. So it all depends what I'm having, but this is the way it is. So I'll say this to my own way and my own strategy that. The Poet Gods are up to basically, they're stuck at 13 points, and Zodiac has at least 20 points. So, this is the way it seems to be. And when this is a very acceptable in how it is, I think that to myself that everything seems to be very welcomed and very how interesting this sounds. So the way how this is, the way how you can be, how it is, you have to understand about, you have to use your intuition, you have to use your own strategies about how you can do it, right? So if you're very good at doing your math skills, you pay attention on how you're feeling, and this is the way it seems to be. So you have to know about your basic ways about knowing what to do, and you're thinking, alright, well, this seems to be, I know what to do, but then this is the way how it is. So you have to know what it takes, and depend on how you're feeling. But the way how this is, you have to know exactly from the way, and you have to know about your all, how it is, and you have to know exactly the odds of the game, right? So that's how it is. But then you have to understand about how you can do it, right? So you have to understand of how it seems to be. So this is the way I need to understand, and this is the way for all of you to understand about the way how it is. If you know how to play poker, you know how it is. If you don't know how to play it, it's basically a Texas Hold'em poker game, and it's on the internet as well. But that's how it is. But Defeat the Odds poker game, as in me, I basically invented and all that stuff. So this is the way it seems to be. This is the way of how it goes. But I hope you all like this video. Please enjoy it. Please give it a like. Please give it a comment. Enjoy. And I'll see you next time. Thank you so much. And have a good day to all. Thank you. And bye for now. Really, thank you. And bye.